and that was in Dokari Village. I remember the first time I played it. That was Dokari Village, under that water. Because I think no matter what, it goes on based on how many you beat and what you have. So I think I think the number is the same because I remember when I was there in the underwater village the first time, I faced that combination. But when I did it, I faced it in on the Vespertine, the ghost ship. That's what I faced it against. So anyways, but yeah. So
I got you.
anyways, game is still really good. I still stand by it being really solid. I actually want to replay Chain Echoes at some point this year. I'll probably do it later in the year though. Garl is still a great character, though I can see why it could be a little overbearing. I do think they kind of force him on the audience a little bit to make you like him, but I think they did a good job with it. But yeah, Big Dick Garl, that's my guy.
Yo, bow.
My fault. My fault.
Shout out to Rashawn. He goated. Fletch the Flesh Master. He's still goated. I don't give a fuck. Shout out to my Immortal Alchemist. Them niggas is tough.
Yep.
Don't care. They both were up. Moraine's still a bitch. The other Solstice Warriors, they still bitches too. I don't respect them. All right. Kubera, one last god. Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, welcome. I'm here with an esteemed panel. Bowing the Glam. Say hi to the people.
That's my greeting.
Then people.
All right.
He's so unprofessional. Oh my god.
My fault. OD.
Yeah, so today we're going to be doing our King of Snakes discussion, talking about, there's 30 chapters, right? 30? Jeez. Of King of
30.
Snakes. Vitra is still dead, so we don't know what's going on with that. But I'm still upset. But before we even really hop into any of that, I actually wanted to ask how you guys are feeling 3 chapters into someone's universe. I think we're 3 in, right?
Yeah, 3.
Ganhavra, seeing his like Sura form in great detail up close was pretty cool. I actually gave him his flowers. I did it in the most dry tone I could deliver it in, but I gave him his flowers. So shout out to Ganhavra or whatever.
Yeah,
I
it was
like
cool.
the
Little moment.
yeah, I like the Do you guys respect Agony's crash out though? Like, did he have to crash out, or do you think he should have just tried to go back to the human realm?
I don't know if he would have been able to get back.
Is that why he decided to try to take Varuna with him?
Yeah. Well, I don't think he took her with him. I think he just boosted an attack with the wind.
With the wind?
Yeah, I think he's still fine.
Okay. Do you think he's unsummoned now, like Brilith? Because Brilith woke up and. By the way, Indra gotta stop popping up like that, bro. Stop!
Said,
Yeah, go ahead.
Brilith just said that she felt him use a lot of vigor. I feel like there would have been a more visceral reaction if she had known that he had died.
Okay.
Yeah. Let's
go. Yes, we hear.
All I gotta say for the rest of the arc though is come up out that water. That's all I got.
Like a baby, the outfit.
I'm fucking with Varuna, most definitely.
Well, I'm talking about for both, but you know what I'm saying.
Taksaka is the one that's kind of breaking my heart, bro. The way that he stepped to Kasak
Yes.
and
I tried to tell you.
Hey, it's still Vitra. Hey, the 47 still on my tricep. Facts, but
Facts, nigga. It's facts.
But I got a G check him. I'm like, I don't like this talk. It's not moving me, brother. I don't like this talk, man. I don't like it. Don't speak to your granddaughter and you like that, bro.
The worst part was him being like your mom's universe was just us, knowing damn well Agwin would have been included in that too.
Yeah.
But he being a little hoe right now. So, but you know what? I'm not mad at it because he being a little hoe, but it's gonna set up for him to be the GOAT again. He gonna bounce back.
Yeah. Listen,
Opium.
it was a game 5. It was a swing game, whatever. For it didn't go well. He gonna bounce back game 6. Okay, we cool on that.
Saying. Like,
yeah,
he gonna bounce back, bro.
Mm-hmm. And then the whole like, okay, so I don't like this is what I thought about, and then like if you don't have anything else to say, we can hop into King of Snakes. But like I thought about Ganhavra and Varuna as Haribel versus Toshiro Hitsugaya and friggin' Bleach.
Christ
you guys just like can't hurt each other. Like, I'll freeze the water, but I'll splash you. Well, I'll freeze it. Well, I'll splash it. Well, I'll freeze it. I'm like, y'all can't really hurt each other for real. Stop wasting my time.
It's the exact same principle, bro.
It's obviously the exact same situation. I just laughed. And after, like, I like the explanation about, hey, she's got cold resistance, this, that, and the third. The water is an extension of her body, yada, yada. I'm like, man, just win then. What's up, Soul? But yeah, so, anyways, that was cool. I'm having fun so far with it. Vitra, I need to see Vitra. I'm still mad about this. I'm not going to let it go. I don't care. If I don't see it soon,
You're
it's
gonna be
going to be a
like,
problem.
the universe is gonna reset. He died, and therefore I'm pissed at Lee.
Yep.
That's what it's gonna.
Mm-hmm. And Curry
Bro,
gone.
me and I have already said if Reacher died, Lee's drops. I'm sorry.
Yeah.
She dropping down the list at
Bro,
least 10 spots.
I'm about to put a battery in Ash's back. Put a battery in her back and be like, hey, you know when Shannon Sharp is like the point and just nods his head? I'm gonna hit that. Go ahead and deal with it. Anyway. All right, y'all. So, yeah, anyways, it was cool stuff. I don't like the fans still complaining about nonsense that they always complain about. Like, leave her alone. You have Curry Gum overthinking
Bro,
shit.
when
You don't
she
need to
was like,
overthink.
when she was like, I didn't show just versus Rand, I don't regret it. But like, girl, the hype. Give us the hype. I need the fucking hype. I don't care if Rand would have packed his ass up or not.
Yeah.
Give me the fucking hype.
They were like, it was
Chef ain't
better
like
when
that,
you didn't
bro.
fully draw Ganhavra Sura form. Like, shut the hell up, man. Y'all so annoying.
Yep.
Okay. King of Snakes. That was an arc. It was cool. It was 30 chapters. Vitra's
was
dead.
cool. It's crazy.
We got issues. They brought back the Great Snake. Had a lot of shit going on, man. But in general, how do we, before we like hop into any specifics, how do we feel in general about it? And thank you for the follow. I think I got followed just now. Yes, thank you for the follow. Your sensei. I see you discussing peak fiction. Of course we are. I told y'all we're gonna do this today. Did y'all forget? But yeah, how we feel in general. Chat too. How you guys feeling?
Well, Bao and I had a conversation about this the other night, and I think he and I are kind of in agreement that I think we both think that it's a top 5 arc at this point in the story. Like
Not just season 3 for me. It's overall just in period
overall
of
top
Kubera.
5. Yeah. We actually took the time to look through everything. And it was difficult because, I mean, for me and Bao, like Kubera and Kubera is probably the best singular arc between the two of us that we enjoy.
Okay.
I'm always a Your Justice and Mine truther. So that was also up there, but like where he and I, it's like Ananta's in there, and then you had to put in My Delusions in there too.
Yeah.
Just because the side stories count as arcs technically.
Indeed.
Very condensed. But when you looked at everything else, like the other other options, like 3 other options, at least in our minds collectively, were like Other Side of the Story, Weight of Time, and Frozen Tears. And this, when we took another look at Other Side of the Story, it's like it's nearly fucking impossible to not have King of the Snakes above all these. Even when at times in the beginning, Bao and I were also crashing out because we didn't know if she was going to go back with time travel with Leaves or not. So we were scared when things were showing that they got skipped. Like, oh my God, this is going to be the thing or not. Are we going to get too much? We're so close to like Planet Resurrection and Yuta Ascension, blah, 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 blah. So I think that was the only time, Bao, and you can correct me if I'm wrong, where you and I were like having issues with the arc, where we were just like terrified that certain things weren't going to happen.
Yeah, it was only the beginning section because of just being uncertain. But it reached a point, I want to say, when Asha and Lee's started to just speak more with each other. We got a better look into what Asha's plans were. It kind of became clear, like, okay, yeah, this universe is going to get cooked in some way, shape, or form. So I don't have to worry about everything being fully resolved here in a manner that's not exactly satisfying. So it kind of just was like, all right, cool. So as long as I can accept that this universe is going bye-bye, I'm fine with the stuff that's happening. Even if it's like developments that I would like to see, for instance, with Lee's and Ganharva, we don't get like it fully, but we get like bits and pieces of it that just give us like a taste of what's to come whenever we do return to the real timeline. It's just a bunch of those, and whenever we got the soft confirmation that it wasn't going to be rushed here, I was like, all right, it's fine. And then from then on, I never had a problem with the arc. Like there wasn't any low points or anything that I was concerned about.
Okay. I think I like the way it starts. Well, it starts a little crazy because we're like, well, we feel like we're skipping a lot in a lot of ways, and then you just see my
Yep.
boy eating beef jerky,
Yeah.
whatever it was. Like he's just eating beef jerky. I'm like, why do you keep popping
Yep.
out in the randomest of places, my boy? But hey, good to see you. Go. Um, I think one of the reasons why this arc was able to resonate with me more than a lot of others is just because a lot of my favorite characters were kind of back in the forefront. You know what I mean? Um, I got to see a little bit of Vitra doing his thing. You know, Teo came back. That was awesome. My
That
first,
was a big moment for me and
yes,
Naya.
yes,
That was
my
a big moment.
my absolute first love. I already, you know, she popped back up and she was here, and I was like, okay. Asha's back on demonic ish. No one could really see her or mess with her. She got her little great snake powers, and I'm like, okay, so we're moving. I liked her and Lee's initial reactions and interactions. Remember when she had the Yaksha fur on and took it off, so like Surya could see her and stuff. Like, was it Surya who censored her? I can't remember what it was. I think someone was trying to censor her, but like
It was Brahm.
it was
Brahma.
Brahma. Yes, it was Brahma.
Yep.
She called Brahma. Surya's one who came and helped her. That's what it was. Sorry.
Yeah.
Yeah, a lot of great moments like that. And listen, y'all was hating on Clary, bro.
Yeah,
Y'all was hating on Clary, but she stepped. I wasn't mad at it. She had to step. You know what I'm saying? But anyways, no, this arc is not my. I think it's like if I go like objective, impartial, unbiased. I do think it's probably one of the best ones, especially out of season 3. I am a Weight of Time truther, so that one resonates with me a lot. So that one's probably still my favorite. But yeah, man, it was a solid arc, and then we'll get into some of the nitty gritty. From where Lee froze time, the arc went crazy. Yes, that was fire. Yeah, all
Yeah,
the
I
characters
agree.
coming back post time travel was great to see that too. Yeah, during frozen time, seeing the people who are moving and whatnot, and then realizing, and the moment you have to realize when time really started to move again, because I didn't notice that the snow. I guess was it the snow or something was moving in the
Yeah.
picture to indicate. I'm like, that was good.
Yeah,
I didn't catch
it was
that.
the snowflakes, I believe. The snowflakes in the background were like falling or flowing with the wind.
Yeah, I didn't catch that at first, so that was I'm a great catch, y'all. Cause like, see me sometimes when especially when I'm tired, my eyes don't be working, so I cannot see. I need glasses secretly. I just refuse.
he
Like,
got glasses.
I always tell people like the last time I did an eye test, I really focused really hard, but I feel like I shouldn't have to try this hard to see properly, so probably I do need glasses. But hey, 20 out of 20, nigga. Anything specific you guys want to start with? Teo's return,
Actually,
Agni, Brahma
I
stuff.
actually had questions about yesterday,
Mhm.
so I'll ask it here as well, and I think the chat will have an interesting discussion about it. Does King of the Snakes have the best fight in the whole story? Because I think prior to this arc, I think all of us kind of agreed that the Sona fight in Kubera and Kubera was probably like the best singular exchange of combat we had seen, or at least amongst it.
Mm-hmm.
And I'd asked Bao, does he think that the Brahma team fight that we got halfway through
boss
the arc
raid?
was better? Yes, was better than that.
Oh, boss shit. I'm like still going back and forth. I think for me, it's like, I think as an actual fight, the Brahma one is probably better, but I enjoy the Sona one more just because the characters involved more. Like Kalavinka and Maruna are more involved than Genhar and Kasak, who I like less than those two. I think that's why I like the Sona fight more initially.
I don't know how you feel about that.
It's a great question, actually.
For sure.
For me, it'd probably be a 1A, 1B, or 1 or 2. It wouldn't be by a huge margin. But the reason I want to go with the Brahma boss raid is because I don't like her. first, first and foremost. You had the clan. You had Kasak putting the clan on his back, going crazy, invisible breath, all of that. Actually, that was against Ananta, wasn't it? The invisible attack was that when you had to focus something? I don't remember. Or did you do it against her too? I don't remember. But yeah, he was going crazy, fighting for his life out there. And I like that there was some other things intertwined with that battle, like noticing Lee's wasn't there at one point. I was like, wait, where'd she go? Kind of thing. I thought it was pretty cool. I liked it. I like the battle against her. The one with Sona is really good too. Like it's not if I change my mind, don't be surprised. But just because of like my guy going in against someone I don't like. You know me, I've never been afraid to be subjective in that sense. Where it's like, I don't like you, so we getting you out of here. Yeah, it's better. So,
Yeah, I feel it.
so
I think
yeah.
for me,
Yeah,
what put
100%.
it over the top was that fight is the reason that all of us are like, Surya's that guy
Mm-hmm.
in terms of like a character and like just combat too. But like,
And Lee's
this is one
having
of those
to
more,
find a different way to kind of really affect the
yeah,
fight because she didn't have the sword and everything too was a little more intriguing to me. And
yeah.
then there's some other things there too. You're right. Continue.
Like for me, the biggest tax is just Surya being like just being the GOAT.
Mhm.
Especially for me because as I remember, and some of the people in chat remember, like years ago at this point when I was like calling out, I see the vision with Surya
Mm-hmm.
because of Saha connections.
Yes.
But I think that for me is what puts it above the Sona fight because the Sona fight's just good hands.
Mhm.
There isn't really anything character defining in it. The Brahma fight has character stuff plus good hands. Is the way I would describe it.
That's fair. Not mad at that.
Oh, and there's also another point that if you want to add it for the Brahma fight, just like visually, the art looks fucking
Better.
amazing in
Yes.
that fight compared to the Sona fight. That's obviously gonna happen with time as the story goes on, but like it really looked really good.
I
in
also
the
feel
Brahma
that
fight.
Sona's like Sura form has this like I don't want to call it like galaxy starry kind of like nebula, you know what I mean? That looks very visually
Yeah.
appealing. Like this looks super cool. So like I do think
But
that
I
plays
also
into it
think
too.
Brahma's like cloaked form when it was like at its biggest was like holy shit. Like what is she doing? Because
Yeah.
you remember like when the hand was over the island that they were all on, like bro, that was crazy.
Truly was. It was. Okay. Is Vitra alive?
Yes. Yes. He's fine.
When do I get to see confirmation?
I wouldn't be shocked if you don't get shit and the universe just resets. I'm not gonna lie.
That's crazy.
I'm
That's
just
hella
saying.
depressing.
How do I feel about that?
Probably realistic, but it breaks my heart. I ain't gonna lie.
I'm just saying it's like
That feels like an L for some reason. I don't know why. It just feels like an L. Like it just feels like a loss somehow to me. It's not, I guess, but like I don't like it. Change your answer.
I feel like there's a bunch of things that she's just gonna be like doesn't matter for moving the plot along with certain people because it's gonna get reset anyway. So it's like who cares? Like I won't be shocked if we don't see Garuda again until the universe gets reset. Straight up.
Damn. Nah, I could see it too actually, because he was he was in the ice, wasn't it? Was he frozen?
Yep.
Yeah.
I wouldn't be shocked if we don't see Yuta again. Like I don't think Yuta's gonna make an appearance in the arc.
I feel forgetting about him sometimes. Not in like a like
God, I do.
like I forgot. Like it just like he used to have so much more presence. He's just not around the same no more. So
Next season.
yeah, I believe it. Especially with stuff with the Taraka clan going crazy as it is, it's gonna happen. But yeah, sorry. So let me get on go back to Teal for a little bit. How do we feel about her inclusion in this arc and the role that she had?
Thank God.
It's just about damn time.
Thank God.
It probably still wasn't enough given how much time we've been waiting, but
Not enough.
Well, I think
at this point,
getting
I'll
the
take
getting the
those
3-step rule was great. Not just for like Lee's and Teo getting interactions and the like payoff of her teaching her things, but also because of the Murugan stuff, which I think is going to be a big deal in the next season. But I think as well, and Ba, you remember this when Teo had said, "I could teach you more, but with only in this period of time, you could only really learn one transcendental." And then Curry has that note about Lee's like power set being like super high stats, not enough spells.
I remember that.
Yeah, so I don't think we're going to be done with the training arc. I feel like we're going to get a more extensive one where Lee's and Teo probably have, and I wouldn't be shocked if it intertwines with the Genharva thing as well, but it'll be a character-oriented thing between the two of them / three of them, and Lee's will teach Teo probably some more emotional / intellectual lessons, and Teo will be teaching her physical lessons to get her more abilities up. Because the big thing we saw as well is Lee's has to fight Kubera, And I'm sorry, but the 3-step rule is not enough.
It's not enough.
It's definitely not enough. But Glam, I want to ask, do you remember that conversation we had whenever the chapter that mentioned Murgon came out first? We had a discussion about whenever we do get the like pretty much inevitable Lee's time traveler. Do you remember that conversation we had?
Yes.
Do you think Lee's and Tail will get more stuff there too? Or do you think it's gonna happen in like a
Well, this is something
separate moment?
about, but I don't remember how much thought he put into it. But do you remember when I said it might be pretty possible if Lise goes back in time, she goes back to a period in time where Muragan is still alive, and she learns from her, or has like interactions with her.
I do. So like,
that's what we all. Okay, so I think we all three agree that that's gonna happen at some point.
yeah, I don't know for a fact, but that'd be my guess.
I feel like that Curry has put in too much repeated mentions of Muragan and made like a whole suite of abilities that are dedicated to her now that we know about. Do not name her. I also think what you're going for about is like you don't want Muragan to sort of replace Teo in teaching these things.
No. I was just trying to figure out if you just thought it would happen all around the same time period, like well, not the same time period in the story, but in our like as people reading it.
I think Lee's tale will happen later than Lee's Muragan.
Yeah.
Because Lee's time travel, I think, should be the first thing that happens when the universe gets reset, and then once that whole period is done, then we don't time travel ever again, and we just stay in the present for a long ass time until the story's over.
In the Ananta Lee's fight, Ananta had the Sword of Re. I highly doubt the Sword of Re comes back without Yuta. That's a good point. That's fair.
That is true.
Yeah, I just don't know. Like, when I say Yuta's going to come back, if the sword comes back with Ananta in this timeline, it's going to be 4-stage, my brain don't work Yuta. Not like Yuta, the character that we know of. Like that one.
And so...
My brain don't work. That's crazy.
My brain don't work.
Stupid ass nigga. Oh man, Shao Kahli. Okay. So the Muragan stuff was cool, learning about him, the 3-step rule, and then with her shortened distance, she can really, really, really put it to work. That was this arc too, right? With her training it a little bit. Yeah. Then Kurigama said that she had to change up the orders of events of some of the chapters or something like that. I think I remember her saying that in the blog post. That was around then. Then she failed to use it against Jurita. Let me stop. But I'm only like 2 more times will I do it again. Maybe 4.
Hold her accountable. Hold her accountable.
See?
That boy fucking let me not. Let me not.
All right. Let me think of something else I want to personally talk about. I'll talk about Ran, the Vigor Boys, and then them being like, "Nah, we did what we asked. Now it's time for our vengeance." And the Kanara Bato was like, "Oh nah, go get Indra. Go get Indra instead." How are you feeling about that whole part, man? And like, I still want to. Anyways, no, I'll leave it at that for now. I'll circle back to that after. But yeah, how we feel about Rand's inclusion in that moment and everything. Especially the way he stepped to chest, by the way. That was tough.
Yes. I feel like those are all teases for things we're gonna get expanded upon. Like it's
chest is on that value time. You might be a fraud. I don't know. I don't care. I don't care what anyone tells you about that stupid ass horse. What does he do? What do you do?
Bro, that's why I didn't give a fuck that shit was off screen. He's a body bag. I'm not worried about chest right now.
Pink hair, just there.
Then I'll be worried about him. For now, nah.
Rather tell you, I was still protecting. I'm not like you. I'm like, yeah, I talked to him. What the fuck is wrong with him? Sorry, let me stop. Go ahead.
Well, yeah, what we're gonna do is wait for that 5th stage transformation to happen, and then we'll be good. We'll be in the clear. But I think a lot of the Ran and chess, and similarly the tail things, are all actually again Harva too in this respect. A lot of those things we're getting in King of the Snakes and Someone's Universe will be stuff that it's like teases for stuff we'll get later that gets more expanded. Because a lot of those things were stuff that we were like, oh, we want this thing to happen. And then we kind of got it. Like, Chess versus Ran was like a fight that was teased at the very end of, like, before we start going back in time, before all the way to time stuff happening. Because remember, Ran had fucking Hoti Vayed to him in the ocean. He's like, where are you going, Chess Nim? And then with the Aravata scene tied into that, that's what he said. Then, because then was like, oh, not even me taking Lenny caused you to go fifth stage. Which to me was like, what the fuck? Like, how is it not? So I think that's like teasing that all this stuff is going to be different. Like, same but different when we get events changed later in the timeline when Lee's changes stuff on her and Anta gimmick. So we'll see. But like that, Ran, it really isn't. Like, all those characters I just named, like, Lee's was great in the arc, but she kind of functions as like a passenger to other big things that happened. So I don't really consider her to be like one of the principal characters of the arc, other than her interactions with Asha. But like Ran, Ganharva, Teo, Chess are like minor instances in the arc for me. There are other characters that I consider much more important to what we got than them.
Okay. By the way, the way stuff started with Claude was funny too. By the way, I forgot about that.
That's
that was hilarious. Does Ananta also revive in the reset timeline? Question being asked.
No.
Why not? That makes
because
sense. It wouldn't. If it was that easy, probably would have happened already.
because I mean, it's not gonna happen in the reset timeline because that's Ashes, bro. You're not gonna let Asha get her win. What are we talking about?
They said actually he adds Hyung to Chess' name, not Nim.
Was it Hyung? I don't remember.
Glam just wanted to say Nim. We know about him.
Yeah,
It's either Nim or Hyung that he would have said because he wouldn't
He
have.
wanted to say New Nim.
New.
We know about him. We know about this guy and his Nims. That should be making him laugh. I don't know why it's so funny to him, but it's funny as fuck to me.
Bro, him saying Nim is so funny. I don't know why.
It's like me just laughing so far when someone goes like, like Sasuke-kun, like kun.
Yeah, exactly.
Like what? I don't know why it's so funny to me, but sorry, what were we talking about? You got sidetracked.
We were just talking about Rand.
It was also the well, I'll say the return Ananta thing. This is something we said at the end of the arc. This universe is Brahma's W to get, and then Lee's and Ash are gonna be like, fuck all that. Mm-hmm. We're getting our wins instead. And that's how the time trial was going to happen. Because Brahma's plan was to wake Ananta up to get the universe to reset because she knows he would destroy it because it'll crash out. So in the new universe, like, it has to be Asha that gets the body. So that way when Lee's becomes like the full Axis with all her abilities and whatever else she gets from beating Kubera, then they'll be on even ground and be able to fight each other. That's the way it should go, at least in my mind.
Mm-hmm.
Agreed.
Okay. All right, Lila.
Now, I'm going to talk about principal character.
No,
Damn!
Lila hit it with the spear. Was like, I think you front. I think you feeling some of them sins, feeling some guilt. And Ash just like, no, I'm gonna.
Oh, yeah. We also got to talk about, hey, bruh. Somebody get the fraud watch alerts out for Ash, man. With this fucking
temporary fraud watch. Not too much. Not too much.
Oh, the daughter of Rao. I can't. Bitch! You fucking disavowed that shit a season ago. The fuck you talking about?
She's playing the long game.
Whenever y'all are reading the chapter and you saw the spirit, like, did y'all just forget that Lila existed, or did y'all just not think that she'd be able to move still?
I didn't think that she'd be able to move still.
Because I just completely forgot about her, to be honest. I just forgot.
I thought she was the only person that could have been able to move. I just didn't think she would be there that fast.
Mm-hmm.
It was one of the people that I said I wouldn't be shocked if she could move, but I didn't have a good reason. So I don't want to give myself too much credit.
It was
for
her.
That one. Maruna was the one I was like, I don't know. I feel like he's just moving somehow.
Yes.
I believe.
Some way he can do it.
He
I don't
different.
know how, but he can do it.
Yeah,
because of the thing that happened. Because of the thing that happened with Kubera and Ananta, was it on the side of the story or was that Ananta arc? I can't remember. I think it was Ananta. When he was able to move in fourth stage, like, there's no reason he shouldn't be able to move in fifth stage. What's happening right now? So that one I also expected. Mm-hmm. The Lila one was just like, God damn, she's here already? What the fuck?
Mm-hmm. I'm like
And,
Okay.
I'm like
and
Kubera
she
name
pulled up mad
shenanigans.
aggressive. Nigga.
And also a Nanta name on her ass as well,
Yeah.
which is also like, what the fuck?
And then her thinking Lee's was
And-
actually was actually acting and playing a different game. Like Lee's like, no, bro. Like I'm just trying to do what I think is right.
I'm
Why are you all like this?
shit, bro?
Like this
Yep.
is not it, bro. Let him rest in peace. Oh Lord.
And Louise wasn't aware of Lala being a Kubera prior to this arc, right?
She was. She
was okay.
Remember when Lila meets her in the cell at the end of, was it season 3? We're not in a
Oh,
season.
true.
It's like, we're the last 2 Kuberas. Blah, 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 blah. Survive to the end. Type shit.
Did you guys think that he was gonna get resurrected, whether it was botched or not in this arc prior to, or?
Prior to the arc, I didn't know, but I forget at what point, but I had got spoiled mad early, so I already knew that he was coming at some point. So it kind of got ruined for me.
Wait, which spoiler about?
Because you remember that day I told you fuck I got spoiled because I saw a Raw on the timeline.
Yeah.
It was a Nanta pulling up. So
Oh.
like I had already known he was coming back for a while.
Yeah, I thought he'd show up. I just didn't know if it would be in King of the Snakes. But that was also, I think in one of the previous streams we had, Bao had made a theory about if Ananta does come back with no mind, Sagara's still going to be like, oh, Ananta, my beloved, and then walk up to him and just get folded and die. That's how we would know this is not the real timeline. Because Sagara, no way.
And it was like even prior to this arc, you could say prologue, but I'm pretty sure most of us didn't think that was actually Ananta. We thought it was Ashley.
Well, we didn't know when that
prologue
fight was taking place. That was the thing. Because it was the options for the prologue fight that we saw. Because a lot of people thought that the reason Lee's would have a horrible future is because that prologue was happening with those words showing the fight happening. And it was be like, your body will be ripped down and no one will remember you, blah, 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 blah. Mm-hmm. Which could now be completely capped because that was in one timeline and not one we're going to get again.
Or that's what it means to be the last god. You gotta internalize that. You gotta be self-sacrificial. I like how Kurigam introduced the spear and had it be named King of Snakes to turn her attention away from the resurrection after Brahma was defeated. Then time stopped and she was like, "Gotcha."
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. No, she did get us.
Gotcha.
What was I about to say?
Shout out Asher for being mostly free of guilt from that spear from Surya, by the way.
Yeah, that was crazy. She's like, slight pain. Like, ooh. My eyelash hurts. The name changing spirit getting thrown into the mix is wild. What the fuck was I about to say? There's something I want to point out. I completely lost it. Oh, I wanted to say that like every time Lise has one of those moments where she just kind of thinks her way through something, or like has like a major revelation about someone's ideology or where they stand on something, I like it because I think if I remember correctly, it started with what's his name? The god that not the god? Is it a god? What was it? Sura. Oh, what's wrong with my brain right now? Barunda? Am I thinking?
The Garuda clan one at the very end of the arc?
Yeah, with the like, I think hair like kind of purpley, I think, or not. I can't remember what color the hair is.
Grayish.
But basically, he was like, wait a minute, you expect Taksaka to defend the planet? Don't you expect the opposite? Like, and then she had like a moment where she called back to like, wait, I had the same moment with Vitranim. Just because he's been on my side for this and that and the third, I have to remember that Sura's just think differently. Like they don't value life the same way that I do. I really like when she has those type of moments, and I feel like they happened like 2 or 3 times this arc. That was really dope.
Mm-hmm. Especially what's it called? Breacher clan members, Pronostikas.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Because that was so funny. Because he was like, "What are you talking? The Taksaka I know would have had this planet in flames already. What is you talking about?" And then shout out to my boy Grell.
Oh yes.
Yes,
Oh my god, finally got it right,
yes,
bro. I can call him man
sir.
Griselda, Grizzly, if we call him the wrong name.
Griselda.
Our new that's our new potential man right there.
Oh,
I know,
It was
right?
Surya
Right?
for a
Shout out
long
to
time.
Isholi, yo. Shout out to Isholi. That's my man, Griselda. See, now I can
means
call
why
him
you
that
to hurry
because
up and
I
bring
got the
that
name
nigga
right.
back.
Now I can call him that. Shout
Calling
out
him
to
Griselda,
Johnny
that's
Peace
fire.
Caddy, yo. Griselda.
I can't wait for whenever he gets like substantial shine. I really do feel like he's gonna be just as good, if not better than Saha.
He's gonna hoop in season 4. I already know.
Because all rip the mannerisms and the demeanor cooking, especially because this is something that me and I love about priests and gods. And I think about his name too. If the priests and the gods have differing personality aspects, it can make for really great dynamics for whenever they're summoned. Like
Yep.
Mirha is in many ways much more like outgoing, outspoken than somebody like Vayu is. But they both have like a similar sense of justice and moral good about them in many ways. Like with season 2 with Mirha and Lee's, and then Vayu when he was 4th stage, and like he's having that internal struggle right now as 5th
And Mir
stage.
has bug legs.
Yes. Okay.
Where is the relevance?
Oh, there was no relevance. I just wanted to say that shit. That's
Just
all.
want to say the fucking bug leg. But I just think that given what we
Disgusting
know
ass
about
legs.
this will be a good segue into Surya too. But given what we learned about Surya from this arc, and also his moment in Ananta with Indra, I think Grell being sort of the exact opposite of him and Saha in many ways, but he'll probably also have some underlying sense of do what is right about him, would be perfect for a dynamic between the two of them. So that's also why I love the idea of like Claude summoning Yama, because it would be comedy seeing the two of them together because they're so different from each other in many ways.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Oh yeah, I forgot. We did get a little bit of Yama stuff in this arc.
Oh yeah, when he had the what was it? Was it? Oh my God! What's her name?
It was around the time where we're like aligned with
Yeah, there you
having
go.
her moment with Lorraine.
Yep.
That's why.
Yeah, girls gonna hoop.
Goated. Goated. Oh, did we figure out why they can't see Asha? Did we figure that out yet? Or no?
No.
Not really.
No.
I remember, because by the way, she looks really weird and eerie when she's like wriggling around like a snake and it's kind of like holding her up like a puppet. Like I like it because it's like disturbing and a little off-putting. But remember when she just like makes the like sign in like the in like the rocks or whatever for like Marina?
Yes.
And he's like, what's going on? By the way, shout out
I
to
think the
ATM,
only-
bro.
I think
Aura
the-
Tempest Maruna, Aura farming. That's my man. Sometimes
Aura
you
farming
gotta
Maruna is
farm Aura.
fire.
I understand it. I didn't get it when y'all YNs first started saying that shit. I didn't get it at first, but now I understand it. Sometimes you gotta farm Aura. I get it. Pick a little we see the fit. Continue.
Mm-hmm. I was gonna say I think the only time anybody's perceived her other than Lee's was Genharva when she raised her transcendent light.
Yeah.
But he still couldn't harm her. If I remember
No,
correctly.
couldn't hit her.
Yeah.
But he
Yeah,
hit her in
he-
the spot where she was. Like he knew where she was.
Mhm.
Like
It's
exactly.
transcendental. It
And he
went,
was like
straight to
confused,
her
like,
body.
huh? Did I miss my senses are off?
Yeah.
All like Astra also in that panel, like Loki looked shook, but then she was like just fine afterwards, like recomposed herself.
Mhm.
Hey man, if she didn't have that Mickey, watch the fuck out. That's all I'm saying.
No, Mickey's such a versatile word, bro. I fucking love it. It's become
It's
so
so fire.
versatile.
It's so fire.
It's got
Shout out the
so
bubble,
much
man.
variety, bro.
Shout out the bubble. What would we have done without you for our vernaculars?
Oh man. Mickey Mouse Clubhouse. Yeah. I don't know. Asha again. She's out here. She's doing her thing.
Being a fraud.
See
You
what
better
she cooks
fix that.
up. Yeah, you do need to pick a damn side and stick to your guns. I don't want any more wavering.
She needs to stop trying to act like she cares about Lee's. Bitch, we know you don't. Stop lying to yourself.
Is it like what like Lee said something about Asha trying to hold on to some piece of like her humanity or something like that, where it's like it's not even real, it's just like I feel like Lee said something of the sort to her.
It's
when she was basically like, all right, do it, come on,
yep.
Do it, just do it.
Hit me.
just do it. Like I don't know. But part of me feels like, I don't know, Asha's trying to hold on to some semblance of her past or some tether to it. I'm not entirely sure why. Maybe she'll completely lose herself, but it's time to let it go. It's time to hit the Dio. I reject my humanity, okay? And put on the stone mask and become a demon, please. I'm tired of pussyfooting around with Glam a little bit. Because it's like you're not fooling her, so it's clearly not trying to trick her. You're trying to trick yourself or something. I don't know why you're doing it, because Lee's is not buying anything you do. She don't trust you for a second. She's done being manipulated by you. It's not to say you can't get her and get one up on her here and there, but like her natural inclination is to just absolutely distrust anything you're doing and saying now, as opposed to how it was basically the majority of the first 2 seasons. So yeah, cut it out. Pick a side. Pick a side. So, you guys think that when we go back to the past, we definitely are going to see Lees and Murugan get together because he deeply cared for humans? Do you think Lees is the reason that they care about humans, or Lees is one of the humans that Murugan comes to dislike during their life?
I think that depends on when they meet.
So, like, if Lees goes way back, or like back enough that when they were alive? Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
I don't know what I would prefer, to be honest. I think I'd rather prefer that Murugan just has a natural disposition towards caring about humans, because I feel like the amount of gods that don't care versus do is much more leading in the direction.
Maybe Lees is just one of the greatest examples of why it's worth protecting humans.
Yeah.
It's interesting to look at Vayu and Mirha versus Vayu and Roosh. Actually, it is. I like that stuff with the possible timelines. Was really good. That's a good point.
That's also why that's
back to Glam's point about the personalities.
Yeah, but also like that whole universal possibility thing, was that in Wait Time or the Side Story or Enemy? I can't remember which one it was.
It was an Enemy. It was an Enemy.
That whole section in Enemy is what led me initially to believe that this was not the proper universe, because there were certain things happening that was like, this shouldn't be the case based off like the setup that we have. Because Vayu being with Roosh as a summoner is what led all of us to believe, okay, Mirha's going to summon him in the real timeline, which is what happened. So I feel like that once we get certain changes to occur that have like those specific like minor tweaks change to more major stuff, like that's a really helpful indicator, and it shows a consistency in what Trigon's been doing in the story, and shows a little forth out there, which is good.
Corey said, to be fair, she started the whole thing and kept going because of the feelings of her child version. So abandoning that after all she's done, is probably not an option for her.
Until she absorbs Ananta.
Let that shit go. That's all I got for you. Like, let it go. It's time. I feel like it's one of the few lines that when a bad guy turns a good guy turns bad, that I've always like understood to some degree, where they're like, I've gone too far. I can't turn back now. You know what I mean? I just feel like Asha's at that precipice.
Asha gotta get to that point.
You know what I mean? Like, I've heard like Sasuke, Vader. You know, Sasuke. Like, think of whatever major example you could think of. Like, you could come a point where like you've gone too far. So it's just like I can't even turn back to the good side. Like, would you guys really take me and accept me? Like, look at all the things that I've done. I gotta stay here and keep doing it until I fucking die. What's up, Ram? Oh, I can't wait to watch this VOD later. Carter-san, welcome. But yeah, welcome, Ran. Okay, yeah, I just wanted to ask that because I actually am very interested in Murugan, honestly. Like Barunda, I have like a mild interest. Like, I'm interested from like just like a curiosity standpoint and how you actually affect the story moving forward. It's more just like objective. Whereas like I actually feel a bit of an emotional attachment to Murugan. I like the idea that Lee's can like learn all the variations of like her little like tricks and spells and abilities and transcendentals, whatever, with like the 3-step. I don't know, you do a backflip, touch your titty once, and then you throw a fucking nuke. I don't know, whatever you gotta do. Like, I'm here for it.
Right.
I'm here for it. Like,
I was gonna bring it up.
Yeah, because didn't she pick the spear version? Because it wasn't like a one for a sword.
Yes.
And one for, like I wanted to learn all of them.
Yeah,
that's one thing. It might be where Murugan teaches Lees how to access like sword stuff, and then Teo teaches her how to use spear stuff. Because I think she's gonna have to use both weapons, not just one. for whatever happens in the future.
I mean, every time we see like a silhouette of Murray, from what I remember, she's using a sword. No,
and a spear in the second one.
she's using
She has like a
both.
sword. I think one of them was also like a shield and a lance
I actually,
at one point.
it looks like a bit of an axe or like a glaive here.
Halberd
It
thing,
almost looks
something
like she
like-
has like a thing, but I'll actually post it. I have the picture here. Give me a sec.
Because
Because
we've seen
there's
Murugan
one
silhouetted like 3
silhouette.
times, I think.
Yeah,
Yeah,
the most prominent one that I remember is the one whenever Hanuman is explaining the Eye of Perishment rules to Ren, and then
And I think
and
each time
and
we've
then you
seen
get
them with
that
different
one
weapons.
story,
I think.
huh?
I think each time we've seen them with different weapons.
See, like, look, you see here. I'll
Yeah.
take another gander, but like that looks almost axe like halberd, like you said. Then it's like a blade, like a sword. I also feel like her. I can't tell if the dark mark up here across the face is supposed to be like knight armor, where you can see through the little lines.
Yeah, it looked like plate mail to me.
Yeah. That's there you go. I have finally arrived after my team finally won a goddamn trophy. Feeling great. How y'all boys doing? Hey, what team?
I think Tottenham.
Tottenham?
Yeah.
Is that game over now?
Mhm.
Is that over? Manchester United? You a Spurs guy? I think she knows she can't turn back, but considering
Oh,
how the
yeah,
whole
Val,
point of
send
her
that to
doing
my-
it is based on those feelings,
Huh?
we get the present contradictions. That's fair, actually, Corey. I actually like that. She's conflicted a little bit because I think it's more human to just kind of immediately dive into it. But Roosh X Value, I'm good.
It's better.
I'm cool off of it.
Yeah.
Murugan really weapon master.
Val, did you send that picture to Naya?
Yeah. No, check your Twitter DMs.
Yes, sir.
Val,
Shout out
this
to Tottenham,
picture to me,
Europa League champion. Go.
Val, this picture to me looks like a lance and a shield, or something.
Yeah, like on the right, it's probably like a shield, but I don't think we'll ever see this, like the story that Hanuman was talking about.
Yo, this
Yeah,
shit
right.
is crazy.
I don't think we'll ever see this. Yeah.
But
You
like
got-
those are different weapons than what we get in King of the Snakes. Like,
yeah, but
they
like
are.
it almost looks like were you just an actual like soul set of
Demon?
a weapons master? Like you got like 2 blades attached to your arm, and then you have some like in the air floating around you. Like
bro,
Bro.
I keep telling y'all, this bitch had her own jurisdiction, man. That bitch was the goddess of war. I'm just calling it.
the goddess had a blade. That's crazy.
Yeah, but
That's
then her
tough.
shit got destroyed.
Yep, yep. Which is
Got
interesting.
destroyed.
Yeah, but yeah. Hey man, shout out to Tottenham. Happy for y'all. Harry Kane, you should have stayed. We don't won a trophy. Let me stop. He got his in Bayern. But yeah, I actually like the idea that maybe she is like the goddess of like war fighting, of like weaponry or blades or something of the sort. Like, but then it's like
That'd be raw.
how do you destroy that jurisdiction? Is it like a planet
Is it-
of like, is it like Gates of
But she's
Babylon?
forced then.
The way that
She was forced then.
Hmm?
So we know it's not a planet. We know it's not a planetary god because she's forced then.
That's a good point.
And the only other Force Sens we've seen are our current Fifth Sens when they were Force Sens until they ascended, and then other Force Sens like
Maru?
Kushan or Ushas or Wretch. Yep, Marut, Asvins, and all of them are either one singular jurisdiction or combinations of them to like form unique things.
Mm-hmm.
So it's possible like Murugan is called the goddess of death, but she's like a combination of like death domain and earth domain. Something like that.
I hear what you're saying.
But also that like deleting the jurisdiction to me would then mean deleting like the base attributes of the universe. So that's why it makes me think that war is like its own unique thing that like maybe if she'd had a chance she could have become a fifth Zen of war, but because like humans stopped having wars with each other because we haven't had a war in Kubera between humans in a long ass time. But like that changes. But I think it's a fascinating question.
I'll give humanity this more often than not. If we have a bigger threat, we do not have time
Yep.
to argue. We like, yo, there are aliens. What? No. What? I want to say this right. If the Martians have the beam, give me Igudawa. Like, but yeah, no, like,
Fate
yeah,
of the world on the line.
yeah. It's just like, listen, there's some Suras and Rakshasas that we don't be effing with. Like, we gotta get it together. We don't have time to really be fighting one another like that for real. So it's a good point. Wow. Anyways, my main point was that I'm very personally invested in Murugan. So yeah, do the wars between Sura clans not count as wars? They count as wars, but I don't know that Murugan would have this. I don't know. See, this is where it gets tricky. Is it just a god of war, war in general? Is it more like human wars? Like,
Yep.
I don't know. Is it a
And
mixture?
also,
Is it a
we also the
combination
other
of things
reason,
like he said, like attributes of some other stuff plus maybe a war attribute? It's hard to say.
the hardest, the main like thing of reasoning for this is that when I actually looked up the name Murugan in Hindu mythology, it was a deity associated with warfare. So like,
Okay.
and considering the mythology that we get reference to in this series, I think that's a very heavy indicator of who this person's going to be.
Did during the explanation that we had gotten, did we learn how Murugan passed specifically?
About for the Eye of Perishment thing.
Yeah, during when Hanuman was talking about it, or do we still not know how?
Yeah.
I was wondering if
It was
humans maybe betrayed them or
associated
something.
with it was associated with the
Oh,
conditions of the Eye of Perishment getting fulfilled because Asura wanted Murugan to die.
Oh
Yeah,
yes. Okay, I did.
because
I answered the right
that
thing.
one Sarah had made that wish, and then they tortured Murgan for like years, I think like 100 years or something, and then the Sarah passed away.
I
But
wanted to
then
make sure I was thinking of
later on, the
the right thing.
jurisdiction
Yes.
disappeared. Yeah, you were.
Okay, sorry. All right.
But like I guess that was the reasoning. It was because of the Eye of Perishment. It just happened 1,000 years later, or 100,000 years later. That's when it happened.
Crazy talk, crazy. All right. What else did I want to touch on? Okay, so what do we think? What do we think happened with Lila? What's going on with her? Like, was it the invisible spell, and again, is like trying to help thing get away? Like, what's going on with her? We didn't really see the true.
I wouldn't be
aftermath, so to
shocked if
speak.
that's another case of we don't
Just-
see what happens to her.
We just
to be honest,
we just go to another universe and
yeah,
do our
I wouldn't be
thing?
shocked.
Okay.
Yeah.
Safedi
But if we do see it, then I have like no real idea what happened to her.
At all.
Yeah.
Interesting. I actually didn't mean to use that gift. That one got me demonetized before. Oops, I'll use this one instead. Okay. Do wars between clans? I read that already. Probably more scuffles. Scuffles than wars, you mean? Yeah, like
Battle. Warfare.
yeah, like there's no real like super duper wars happening. Wait, I'm not sure I heard correctly. The eye failed on Murugan Death Wish. Wait.
So what happened?
I'm not sure I heard
So
correctly.
what happened with the? No, go ahead.
He's reading a comment.
No, yeah. What are you replying to specifically, Corey? I'm a little lost. He missed just.
Yeah. But I was assuming
are you saying we
he was talking about the
misspoke?
Eye of Perishment.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because if we did, feel free to correct. Let me out when December ends. Wow, that was random.
Wow, that was a crazy right there. What the fuck?
I failed when the Sura wished to kill Murugan and only worked when the wish changed. Did we get that right? I don't think we said that. I don't remember what we said, honestly.
There was like a weird condition.
I can go back and find the chapter. Hold on.
Go ahead and do that, please. Thank you. If you don't mind. If you don't mind, because
Pretty sure it was in Abyss.
I just remember. I feel like it was Hanuman telling the story around the
It's
time
14,
where...
Bo.
Abyss 14. Okay, hold on.
Okay.
Okay, I have it. It says another one made the wish to eliminate the god Murugan, but the item did not respond, so they changed the wish to torment Murugan, and that's okay. And then the issue is that about 100,000 years after the fact, Murugan was destroyed as a domain of the god's jurisdiction disappeared.
Which could imply that the first wish actually did go through, but not the way that the wish recipient wanted.
Okay. Let's talk about the time stopping stuff for a little bit, just because. Do we think that? The question I have first before I really get into that is, do you think Lee's was wrong about the conditions that allowed her to stop time in that moment when she was talking to Lila to
I don't remember
heal.
what she,
I think she said that
It was something to do with
Vitra was
right?
dying or whatever, and she wanted to save him, so time stopped. Which is why she asked her if she could use some of her limited healing spells on him to help him, and thought that would make time move again. But time started moving around. I think when she went somewhere, I saw like Garuda and like Kalavinka came like right after, if I remember correctly. So to me, I'm like, I
Yeah.
don't know that the condition you had set or thought fully worked. By the way, the explanation I think that who had the explanation about how time stop works? Like, if you stopped it for 2 hours, that means you like can't stop it for like, was it like 4 hours, like double the time that you stopped time for? What was the explanation again?
uh,
I don't even remember who it came from.
I'm gonna
To
see.
be
I'll
honest,
see if I can find that one. Actually, I probably can't because we don't have thing anymore, right? Manga stream. Is it, people are telling me
we,
manga stream
Oh,
doesn't
well,
we
exist no
have
more.
a brand new.
there is a backup for that.
We
Yeah,
have a
but
backup site.
we weren't using Kubari for a while. All the chapters there already? Oh, they are. Never mind.
There's a backup that's besides that
They're not
people
all
in
It
the
there.
has
character.
Okay.
Yeah.
all of them. Yeah, it has them all.
But I
I
don't
can
think.
DM it to you if you need to
Yeah,
know.
there's yeah.
Hmm. I remember it being like Corey said. Nah, if the wish went through the eye, would have activated. It would just expose that the criteria is Callie's subjective opinion. I think it was
yeah.
10 times. Okay, yeah. Lila was the one who said it, and she was talking about the fiendish magic.
Mm.
I think that specific episode is already in Kubari. Okay. I think
Yeah, because Kubari has like chapter 25 of King of the Snakes and above. I don't know
I
if they
see
have
it, but I don't
anything
see.
prior to
I don't
that.
think I see 1 or 3 or 5 or 7. So some of them are missing. Like random ones are missing.
You're gonna have to get. I'm actually using that link right now, Val. So look through.
Yeah, I sent it to you on Twitter now.
You're on Twitter? Oh, you sent it to me on Twitter.
Yeah,
We are
the
also
link
trying to.
will take you to the most recent chapter.
Uh,
You have to like go back.
Yeah, we're trying to gatekeep this one as well, so it doesn't fucking get sniped as well.
Wow, it does not want to open though. That's crazy. Well, I know what chapter it's on, so it's 370. It's okay. Because it's not the link's not opening. It's actually not working. I don't know why.
It's not. That's so crazy.
Okay, but it starts with like, do you honestly think this would be possible with Brahmanin's power alone?
Yeah.
Okay, so I'm gonna write chapter. Okay.
Yeah. The link will take you to someone's universe too, but whenever you like go to like the list, you can just go back like, as far
I
back
got
as you need to.
I got you. There's a few more missing. Yeah, they'll get there eventually. Webtoon says you can't stop time for 100 times the time you stopped it. That's so fun. That's so effing funny.
Okay.
That's funny. 100 times the time you stopped it.
Oh, also another thing we nearly forgot was the whole like true name thing we got from Claude, Teo, and Irie that kind of hints at what's going to happen between Teo and Irie in the future, which will be very interesting to see it happen.
Hold on, sorry. I think I found it.
Oh yeah, I forgot we saw Ari this arc. My baby, what the fuck?
No, maybe maybe I have to go one chapter earlier, but I did find like the part where she heals Vitra, but it says like I didn't want Vitra to die. You stop time with that thought. Is it possible to set the duration of time stop with such a vague condition? It's hard to believe, but that's all I was really thinking about. For now, my only idea is to heal him. Such an uncertain idea is a risky move. Whether I succeed or fail, my recovery magic uses will be lost. Once time flows again, a day has to pass for the exhausted uses to be filled. Oh, yada, yada, yada. So maybe I'll go back one and see what happens. But it could be in this chapter. She explains it later. Yada, yada, yada. Yada, yada, yada. She gets stabbed. Asha in the back. The time stop explanation is 23. Thank you. Am I in the right one? Yes. Michael Jordan. 2-3. She surifies, hits with the spear again. She's like, I don't want to get hit with that spear. Then she runs away. Let's focus on solving the problem of time being stopped. You did it right. Amongst the candidates with the name Kubera, there were many who also had the name Ananta, but not all candidates manifested their power in the same way. I have a partial sure form, but you have no sign of that at all. Then the power that stopped time must have originated with you. What the fuck is going on? What are you hanging on my house? First figure out a way to release a stop time. After that, yada yada. Are you sure? You and I did not. Yada yada. Blah blah blah. There we go. We shouldn't keep time stopped like this for too long. Among the fiendish magic that disappeared 1,000 years ago, there was a spell capable of stopping time. This is not a scene Lila knows about. We're just using the Sangoya Ananta one, okay?
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah. It was a spell that could only be used after meeting Ananta in person and making a contract. It's said to have varied from person to person, but it was limited to stopping time for a few dozen seconds at most, though you've already stopped it for much longer than that, so I don't think the conditions are exactly the same. Anyways, it said that the spell could not be recast for 100 times the length that time has been stopped. So if you stop time for 1 hour, you can't stop it again for 100 hours after releasing it. Okay, got it. I don't want to read the rest. We got it though. Okay, it's time to remember the explanation. Then I had a point. I asked it for a reason, but I forgot what I was talking about. Does anyone remember what train of thought I was on when I asked that question?
I think you just asked, and we tried to find where it was at.
But I know I had a reason. I guess I can't remember why. But okay, we could talk about Ganhavara and what he's been doing and whatever. So you guys can go off. Go ahead, do your thing.
I mean, I feel like
Glam can go off. Go ahead, bro.
I don't even think that's like that relevant for this arc. I feel like someone's universe is going to be more relevant for that than
But
this
it
one
starts here.
with like the lead. I mean, yeah, it's like with the lead. I mean, again, like I'm not gonna lie to you. I'd much rather talk about Surya and Indra and Brahma.
Let's get there. Let's do it. Talk about the God of Light.
Indra.
Talk about Vayu and things popping up and being like, "We believe you, man. We got you, brother."
I say that like, hey man, Surya's fucking goated. So like, I just get like, there's really
He's
not.
awesome,
I think
bro.
he's. I've said this about Kurgan before, and Naya said this too. We even made a whole video about it. The way Curry is able to make a character so quickly important to the narrative in such a short amount of time, and also like have them like matter in a core moment when you didn't think, when the story was kind of slowing down, you already knew who the established people were, is amazing. Like he low-key does the same thing in King of the Snakes that Yaksha does on the other side of the story, and that Saha does in Falling Petals and Your Justice and Mine, but to a lesser extent. Like Surya, he came in and the whole tone of the arc just fucking blew up in people's faces. It was like, holy shit, this one dude is single-handedly making everything change. And it was awesome.
Yep.
It also helps that his moveset is fucking clean.
Yes.
The relationship with Lee's in the future could be fire, depending on what happens. And knowing, like, confirmed, like, that he, like, wants to be summoned and wants to help, but he's always just been in a position where he's been sidelined because he died. That shit's dope. That shit is dope. And I love everything he did in the arc. Especially coming off that scene in Ananta where he fucking just threw the spear in Indra's chest, was like, you a bitch, I'm saying you a bitch, and I'm leaving because you a bitch. Like that.
I am so glad he carried that over to this arc off rip. As soon as Indra was like, follow Lee's and kill her, he was like, but why though? Pretty much. Question him immediately, bro.
Surya put Indra in a box the same way Saha put Asha in a box.
Remember what I said? He put Indra on like back against the wall by asking very simple questions. It wasn't anything profoundly deep. You're just like, but what's the reason?
Exactly. It wasn't even anything crazy.
Yeah.
He also has a hilarious refusal to accept that Varuna is possibly stronger than him.
Oh my god, that was so
hilarious.
Oh yeah, like Varuna is not like that. They were sick. They couldn't believe it. Like Varuna?
He was just
over me.
All the things to like tip him that something was wrong with Brahma. He was like, "Ain't no fucking way this watery bitch gets summoned before me."
There is no way.
You are sorry as hell. You are not like that.
And what was wild is that when coming into the arc, me and Bao were like,
we assumed Varuna was just like that because of things that we had like heard her do and the way she was portrayed earlier in the story. The way Surya was like so certain that he was more powerful, and I was like, okay, I guess Varuna's not like that. Like, goddamn, like we know what
And,
to go this hard.
And
and I'm pretty sure all that happened, Glam, around the same time when we found those old fucking blog posts if we're talking about Varuna killing Dragon Nastica or some shit. It was she's different.
Bro, Naya, did we ever tell you this about that fucking blog post that said that Varuna 1v1 to Dragon Nastica and killed it? Like,
did I,
bro?
Did I not read it? I'm pretty sure I read it too. Is that like a secret blog
I don't
post?
remember. It was a blog post and like
I read them every week.
it was in like season 2 or 1 though.
Oh,
it happened in season 2. It was in season 2.
Bro,
No,
me
I
and
don't
Val
remember
found
that.
this on the fucking wiki. We didn't even find it in the fucking chapters, but it had like a chapter and link dedicated to it. So I was like, okay.
Must have been Kaiju, bum ass. He was always our weakest link. Must have been his bum ass or someone affiliated with him. I don't know. But yeah, if I remember correctly too, it didn't even seem ego driven. It just seemed like very matter of fact. It's like, bro, you dropped 10 points a game. My average 30. What's going on?
Yeah, yes.
I'm not even calling you sorry, like to the degree, but it's like you could not be someone before me. But it's because of the endless sea thing, right? Like in the Sura realm, right? Isn't that part of the reason why? Or no?
No, it's because Brahma got summoned before him. Because they were having Brahma pose as Varuna. Because like she was chilling up in Misty Shore.
Oh yes, there was a moment where we were like trying to figure out who it was, but then it became obvious it was Brahma at one point. Yeah, you're right. There was that moment. Sometimes I have to remember how we felt in the moment, week of the week.
Yep.
So yeah, go ahead. Sorry.
It was also hilarious when Surya was like, "If it was Agni, I believe that one."
Mm-hmm.
Varuna, yo, bro, chill out.
It's like. Listen, I think I'm better than them, but Agni, all right, I could live with that. That's okay to me. Varuna. Water, Magikarp splash. I'm not afraid. What's going on? So yeah, that was funny. Rama also observed god items like the Hell Sword. Oh, I forgot about because weren't they trying to look for a weapon at one point? But Brahma had like absorbed it or something. Was it the Hellfire Blade or
Sword of Agni,
whatever? Sword of Agni.
Sword of Agni, I think.
Mm-hmm.
Hellfire Sword, I think it's called.
Mm-hmm.
Sword of Hellfire. That's what it's called.
Yeah. I mean, dragons are fire, Varuna's water, so Varuna killing a dragon ain't that impressive, especially if it's cold. If it's cold in the Sura realm, I feel
the
like
reason
but
why it
can't
was
Agni
notable
wash Varuna by just evaporating the water though with white simulation.
Yeah, but it was, and also this is the other thing. Regardless of attribute, Kurigama has consistently sucked off the Sura, particularly the Gnostikas, is like being able to fucking body bag the gods. So that's why it stood out to me and Bao when we read it. Because I mean, we all three of us have been like, she's capping about that, like clearly based off what these dudes are able to do. But that's why it was pointed to us. Because she hasn't really done that in season 3, but if you remember season 1 and 2, like what was it? In season 1, when Pingara Bao told Sagara that Sagara, in the human realm, you cannot defeat Agni. This is the Sura realm where you would fold him. Like, it was like, bitch, what are you talking about? Sagara would get washed. I don't care what realm we're in. That's some bullshit.
Human realm, Sura realm, God realm, Agni and foe.
That's a fact.
You think what? You think your toxic masculinity form is scaring me? Like, Varuna got weaker after sacrificing something on that portal. She was pretty strong. I'm pretty sure none of the fifth Zens took part in the ritual. They gave the excuse that they had to protect them from the Tarakas.
Yes, for the Kubera and Kubera arc.
Yes. Bring back Phoenix Magic, by the way. Shit.
That's fact.
Also,
I
wouldn't like use it personally. I'll be real. I'm gonna just use the gun, but like you bring it back.
Also, just have to say this: we all have to step aside and acknowledge that this boy Indra has been on a multi-year MVP run. He's literally current Jokic right now, as much as we do admit it.
I'm sorry, the MVP is SGA. Shot to Canada. We out here. So try again. Thunder, we up. I said we up. I'm not a Thunder fan. I don't know why I said we, but Thunder up. Listen, I got what I wanted. No Lakers, no Boston. I don't care who wins. I don't give a fuck.
KD.
Yeah, okay. Honestly, I kind of want the Knicks to win just so I could just keep just for the I think it'll be funny. But anyways, I don't care who wins though.
I need the Knicks. Anyway, this boy Andrew's been hooping. As much as I hate to admit it.
Yeah, it's true. He's been making plays, man. I gotta give credit where credit is due. Because as much
Like
as I don't,
3 arcs in a
as
row.
much as
too.
I don't like him, it's not like the way I don't like Gon Havre or like Lorraine. You know what I mean? Like I really don't like them. Like they can't get in my good graces. The door is closed. It's not that Indra can ever become in my good graces, but I can be like, hey, he cooking. I don't like him, but he cooking. So I can give him that. I'm pretty sure she did try to go back murdering Gandhi. Didn't Yuta say that? Not Indra or Brahma. Read that one more time. Bruna got weaker. Pretty sure she did try to go back and murder Gandhavara. Didn't Yuta say that? Not just Indra or Brahma. I'm not sure.
Also, I was going to say this earlier about Barunda. I think Barunda's got a real chance to be very impressive in terms of Gnostic characters, especially coming off learning about Kamadou in M20. I feel like Curry's been putting a lot of emphasis on like the number 3s of clans popping off. Now,
Yeah, I agree.
God willing, Makara never gets that glaze because the Korean fans will fucking lose their minds over it.
Makara.
Because then they'll be talking about who's his lover again? Show us Makara's lover, and then we're gonna have to deal with that bullshit again. But like, Urvasi is a 4th one, like is kind of in that list. But like seeing Barunda, seeing Shuri, seeing Kamadou, like guys like that, I think are gonna be real important in the next season because they've been getting a lot of highlight recently. We still don't even know who the number 3 of the Vreacher clan is, by the way. Show me that dude
Me.
or woman. Okay, man.
It's me. They threw the bronze at me. What the Cole say? They threw the bronze at me. I can admit that Indra is making good moves, but at the same time, he needs to be punched for each of those moves. So I'm with you. Low somewhere, just powering up with all the moves that man is making, man. He powering up over there.
Bro, someone's universe thing. But Vayu, this is your moment. Please. Please, I'm begging this man. Swing on this idiot. For the love of God.
Vayu.
Yeah, do something. Don't
Brilith
be a loser ass nigga.
Brilith is also probably going to pop up next chapter.
Brilith will probably be the first line of defense, but she ain't finna be able to hold this.
It was so crazy because you know how like I always pick a little bit of a character to block the screen, right? The first time in weeks I pricked Brilith, she popped back up. I said, "Look at me." I could sense baby girl coming back deep down in my heart. I knew she was coming back. Look at me. Oh yes, sir. Nah, I was ecstatic. I was happy about that. Okay, I guess I can't use this picture. Is that Varuna? Where? I had Varuna on screen at one point, I think. I don't remember if I did, actually. I totally forgot. I was trying to just change up the visuals, but I also realized it's almost 6:10, 15, which that means
I'm going to keep saying it. I just need Rand to break the summoning rules and summon Varuna anyway, just to see the dynamic, because I think it'd be peak. I need it.
You here for it?
Varuna getting a summoner that's part Sura is like, come on, dog. That's fucking textbook setup right there for some goated shit between the two of them. I need it.
How badly?
As long as we don't have that love triangle shit, you kept trying to make it in.
I'm not trying to Mickey in nothing. I just said it's possible.
I'm not trying to have
You're
that.
the one that tries to Mickey in fucking King of the Land from this man.
See, but that's raw.
No, it isn't. Shut up.
King of the Land's not raw?
That's what I'm
Not
saying.
from Rand using it
bro.
because Naya. I'm not trying to see Rand's wife and children die so he can use this bullshit move that will achieve nothing. Okay,
But the universe don't matter, bro. So like, why not?
Oh my god.
Fun. That's funny. That's funny. What was I gonna say? Who else had a really important role?
Brahma.
Brahma.
Y'all don't want. I mean, me
Go
and
ahead.
Val will talk about it.
Cook.
You want.
I mean,
man.
listen, it is what it is. Like, I'm not gonna. It is what it is. Am I happy about it?
man.
No, but it is what it is. You gotta do.
This
You gotta do.
is
Okay.
W.
the order of Brahmanim is cooking right now. That's all. That's all. Like, she protected
Oh,
Yama
it's
from Cali.
such a ratty
dogs.
chapter.
Yeah.
We got you, man. Man.
I can't have nothing in this house.
Best fight in the series from her, you know what I'm saying? She's cooking out here, making barriers and transferring abilities and shit. Go! And then she's about to win while being dead. That's how big brain she is.
Oh,
Kubera.
I hate to see it, really.
all right.
You hate to see it. The world does not want this. That's not what the world needs. But no, she making some plays. She doing what she gotta do. I hate it, but you know.
God, I forgot that I put Indra this high. Holy shit. On my list. Oh my god.
Why would you do that?
Because he forced my hand. Also, it's kind of fucked that he's about to kill Mirha when Mirha's dad is his summoner. That's high. That's so fucked.
He's genuinely a demon, bro. Like,
Yeah.
he's just insane. Who allowed him to do this?
Like, he's not even there in like base form. He pulled up, lightninged up already. Like, can we relax, please?
That's a great point. Like, he's all. I just literally I saw him and I literally stood up, put my hands on my head, and just walked away and said, "Bro, why is he like?"
It would have been. Could you imagine if he had pulled up with like the long hair and the lightning down, bro? I would have been like, just fuck off, man. What the fuck are you doing like this?
It's like, why are you like this? Oh my lord. Sorry, that Lila Pata is sick. Oh yes, Sagara, yo. I don't think Ran would be willing to summon a god, not even not even if the
Out of
life of his kid was
necessity,
on
boys.
line. Ran sacrificed enough of his life, and a god tried to do it. That too, but he seems to really be hating on the gods, especially after enemy. Lee Strong, Indra gang, Afaha. Nah, we on that boy energy. We here to create problems. Indra is as scary as popped up as Asha. Kung Fu Indra, bro. I'm a pop up and show. Yeah, he out here just murdering summoners, doing him.
I also just gotta say, when Brahma, oh no, I'm sorry, when Indra had that whole thing with Surya's summoner,
That was crazy.
and like when he was crashing over, but like, bro, the hype that flowed through my body when Agni pulled up with Vayu, I was like, yes, just sitting it up, and then he fucking wiggled his way out of it. I was so upset.
We've come to help. That's exactly what I felt when I read that moment.
Because, bro, when Agni showed up, I was like, thank you, Surya. And he was just there in fire. I was like, I got his hair. And then it was just over. Because Indra was like, nope, tee-hee. People trust me more than you because I'm the king of La. I was like, come on, man.
Wara
You
King,
bitch.
nigga.
Yep, it's a king. I think the only character she ever actually fought was Remy, Ran, and Rana's fourth kid. Have you ever seen Mirha's dad in the whole of season 3? Did Curry actually forget a character?
No, we have not seen him in the whole season. But I would wager he's probably going to be more important later.
Yeah. The future is really hot. That's the right answer. That's the goal.
It's a fact.
That's a
You
goal.
don't need to.
Look at the chest. Look at the muscles. Look at the chest. Look at the eye. Look at the horns, my nigga. Look at the drip. Look at the dick. So yeah, Ran. Now we've seen Remy recently. He looked cute and stuff. Did we? All them damn kids. Too many kids, Ran. See what happens when you have family? It makes you weak.
That boy Rand got a control in his crash outs a little better. I'm not going to lie.
He is a crash out waiting to happen. He ain't done yet.
It's not enough. Yeah, I don't know.
He's gonna reach a moment where it's just there's no coming back.
Sona best
Also,
babysitter. That was a cute panel. That was cute. I remember that.
High key as well, based off the shit we know from some in the universe, and like Bruna being able to like give water jurisdiction to other people because the Surrom stuff.
Loki could help Rand's lifespan a little bit because he got the water thing from Yaksha. You know what I'm saying? So, make it happen.
Yeah, that's true.
It can happen. You said, get on it. Sona is amazing with kids. I feel it. Yeah,
That was good shit. Good comedy
It
stuff.
was
there.
nice. It was nice seeing that.
It
Even
was
like
nice.
the even like the uncomfortable part that happened recently in someone's universe, which is just sitting there like, yeah, she can't really use Sura speech when it's Sura phone because she's dumb. But
Yep.
that belligerence. So shout out to
Tatia just
Kalavinka.
being there is also just great. I like Tatia being there.
Yeah,
I enjoyed her.
we did, but at some point, season 3, Curry kept forgetting she existed and mentioned in the blog post. So I feel like if I was writing this, there's some shit I'd forget too. So sometimes I would use a blog post to just help me out for certain things. Like, yeah, I forgot about this. My fault, yo. Side story? Side chapter? Yes, side chapter merchant.
We also gotta say this one thing as well. When that panel of Ananta came up and they said this motherfucker is immune to gravity and mental attacks, I said,
Yeah.
ha?
Oh yeah.
What do you mean immune to gravity and mental attacks?
For
What?
no reason.
What are we talking about?
Was the list longer? Or was that it? Wasn't it longer?
It was those two things, and those two things were the other things we already knew. It was like poison and something else that was mixed in there. But like, I saw gravity and I was already losing it. And then I saw mental attacks. And I said, "What?" He just walks up to Professor Xavier. Yeah, I don't give a fuck what you doing to my brain, bruh. I'm just
Jean Grey, who, nigga? Like,
Yeah, Sona's
I
amazing
don't
with
care.
kids. Absorbs lightning and earth. No, because like, for some reason I remember the list being longer than the list of immunities that Varuna had in the recent chapter, and I was just like, okay. It says cold resistance, not immunity, but I'm like, oh, y'all having a mid off. Y'all magic carping over there. Just splash, doing nothing.
bro, it was also crazy seeing him blitz Aravata.
That was wild, bro.
nuts.
Doing that to a first king is fucking
That
insane.
was
I'm not
nuts.
gonna.
Yeah. Ananta is what Goku fans think Goku is.
That's what people think Saitama is.
Oh god.
He even is in his weaker ones pretty resistant. While gravity has something to do with Earth, mental attacks, he can still read a book with his head missing. I think he's one of the examples of swords that act normally with the head destroyed too. Oh, scary. The great snake. Stop playing with him.
Oh.
Stop playing with him. But yeah, stop trying to resurrect him too, yo. Let him rest. Leave him alone.
Yeah, for real.
I'm one of those niggas. If you bring me back to life, I'm gonna be mad as hell. Like, bro, you brought me back to this fucking hell on earth. I did my years. Leave me alone. Anything in particular we think we forgot to touch on? Moments, characters, little mini arc within the arc.
I think it's really impressive that for an arc we feel like is just kind of setting up for other things later, it's still this good.
Yeah.
This is a general statement. Like, it's kind of insane how good this is.
It said Saitama is
Yeah,
the guy too.
it has a lot of good. It has a lot of good action sequences in it. A lot.
And the most
Yeah,
important
well, bro, when
question,
Lee's used that-
where's Vitra?
When Lee's used the 3-step rule with short and distance, that was fucking hype.
Yeah, but
was like,
I
what?
called that shit. I said, wait a minute. Remember, I was like, hold on.
Yeah,
Wait a minute. With the footwork.
that was
The
with a regular stick.
Yeah. Now give her a real spear with the short distance with the footwork. Hold on.
Oh my
He doing
god.
some damage.
Hell yeah. Yeah, I need the Muragon arc. I need it. I want it. I like Muragon already.
Oh, also shout out Kubera just appearing for 3 seconds in the arc and just aura farming again.
Again, aura farming. Him and Maruna. Going number 1 and 10.
TM,
Hey,
baby. Hey, TM.
Who aura farms harder? Because with Ominous and Dreadful in that bitch, I don't know. I feel like I gotta go to God. Low key.
Between Brilith and Maruna?
No, between Kubera and Maruna.
Kubera, Maruna.
Remember that panel with me? He was ominous and dreadful. Just fucking tight.
Okay.
It's hard to say for me.
No. I have an answer. it's really like kind of even. The reason I give it to Maruna is because Maruna is literally showing off things that don't need to be out, that have no reason being out, purely for aesthetic reasons. Like the wings, you don't. It has no function being out. It's not helping you fight or do anything. It's just out for the drip. So it's gotta be Maruna. Just by an edge, just a little bit. That's so funny because shout out to my man. I gotta change my Twitter name to Orotepis Maruna. I gotta do it. I'll do it later today. One thing I like in this arc is how Lise had to work with multiple people, with the people she hated. Asha set it up when she told Lise she might have to ask a murderer for help. For Lise to have to work with Ganhava, Maruna, and even a bit with Asha. Great point. That was powerful. That landed. I think that was
More Jesus. More Jesus for the future.
Yep. I'm gonna catch it on the rewatch. Hey, Garuda's wings are his pride. My bad, I literally commented and dipped. No, you good. Garuda also did the same with his wings in human form. It runs in the family. Exactly. Exactly. That's why I'm giving the edge to him too. But I don't lie. The God of Earth, he's an aura farmer for sure. He is. Especially with his golden hair coming out and whatnot. Sometimes,
you also remember the scene where he's just sitting in that chair with the armor on, even though that was Manasvin, but like sitting in the chair with Ron with the spear out when they're
in character. He's like, I know how you beat. Yeah. That's method acting.
Method acting is perfect.
Speaking of, that's another brother we need in the new time. I swear to God, if Manasvin isn't like one of the best characters in the story by the end of the story, I'd be very disappointed. I feel like we got to get
him being off-screen was another tell that this shit was not finished there.
Yeah, like Manasvin getting nothing after all that shit in the finite. Hell no. Yeah, hell no.
Baruna does the same. Hey man, listen, put the wings out. I'm not mad at it. The wings made me look nice, and I didn't need them out. I'm having the wings out. I'm not gonna hold you. Listen, Piccolo has his Namekian drip. He don't wear nothing else, but he let that cape flow in the wind and turn away from the camera as much as he can. Okay.
Especially in the movies.
Yes. I adore Manasvin on reread. Brahma 2. My Brahma hatred really isn't that strong. I just don't want to support her. It's really not that strong.
What he did to the ancient humans. That's it.
It's really. I just never let that go. And then, like 3 days later, y'all show me that picture of the train dilemma, the track dilemma, and Brahma's like, "What if we ran over everybody?" I said, "What?" Yo, that's crazy. Timeline reset. So we gonna pull the lever so that it hits them and then comes back around and hits everybody else too. So yeah, it's a Garuda thing. Fuk Gandhi, Salty Queen Brahma. Yeah, that's not my man's, but you know.
Hey, when she pulled up in that tower.
Once the racing existence happened, Shiva was never getting moved from the #1 primeval god spot. It was never happening. That's the GOAT. That's the best. You're not fucking with him. He different.
Never let him in the actual story because I will be insufferable. I will not let up because Bao's already upset at me that I'm trying to push this agenda that Shiva was nerfed when he did a racing existence.
Facts.
Hey man, it might be true though. It could be true though.
Yeah, that little band on when he was doing it.
Okay, but yeah, for real. Wait, Glam grasping Shiva like he a Shanks fan? Lead that to you. I have to catch up. I'm like 3-4 chapters behind. He is gone like Vishnu, so he won't. Hey, never say never.
Trust the process.
Trust
that boy Vishnu definitely coming back.
And I'm here for it. I'm here for it. Give it to me.
He already dropping bars in the last chapter.
Yeah, he literally dropped a bar in someone's universe 3. So he said, if you don't give him that ocean, the spirits of the children are going to haunt your ass.
Yep.
Damn.
Because I was like, wait, what just happened there? I'm like, oh. Pay attention.
That's what we'd say. Some people I know could learn from that panel. You know what I'm saying? We should be a little more forgiving.
You know what panel we can learn a lot from? The Return of Vitra. Where you at?
Yeah.
You're making me and Gary. You God, stop playing with me, Kurigam. I don't ask for much, please. Please. Now that I'm thinking about it, Shiva seems to be the only Primeval not plotting something. Yeah, you just nice with it. Just strong.
Yep.
Just Hakai on your bitch ass, you know?
He's just gonna come back and be like, man, what the fuck is this shit?
Y'all fucked all this shit up.
Like, this is
And
what
it's
y'all
just
was doing
dead.
when I was
Great.
dealing with the whatever threat out there. This is what y'all was cooking? Nah, we starting over. Delete. He's gonna take his cursor, he's gonna drag it over everything, recycle, put it in the recycling bin, empty bin, factory reset, break the computer, atomize it, and start all over again. Okay. I say Vitra sleeping on an asteroid. I'm here for it. Vitra is still the biggest aura farmer.
Reacher doesn't really farm. He just has a nonchalant gimmick.
I was gonna
That's all
say,
that
like,
is.
for me, it's just the sleepy gimmick. It goes kind of, you know what I mean? Like, it's just like, I'll be tired, but like, it looks cool, and because he's not around, you know what I mean? Like, it's not the same. Like,
Yeah.
Maruna is trying to look cool.
Yes.
The wigs are out for purely aesthetic reasons. It's a little different. I feel it though. I'm not mad at that take. Also, we talked with Glam and Bao that the funniest moment of King of Snakes is Surya recognizing it's Brahma by disrespecting the cut of Varuna. Ain't no way that weak ass bitch was before me. We talked about that. We were talking about that earlier. Like, yo, you're not nicer than me, so it can't be you. Who is this? It's Brahma.
He was
Wow.
so upset. Like he said that bitch like 3 times
Yes,
in
it
the same
was.
chapter. Like he was like, "There's no fucking way."
No, you know what? It was personal. You're right. It was. He was like, it wasn't once or twice. It was a few times. Like, Varuna. Tobias Harris before me is crazy.
Bro, it was so funny because he was like, if it was Agni or Indra, all right, maybe.
Which I don't even believe that Indra should at this
Fuck
point. I
no.
just
Mhm. That's crazy. But all right, we have to wrap this up because I do have to go pick up my girl from the airport. So yeah, conclusions, final takeaways, final thoughts, whatever about King of Snakes, how we feel
Arc
about
is
it.
good.
Very,
Its
very
place
good
in the
arc.
overall story, rankings, all those things. What would you score it? Maybe if you had to score it, like all those kind of things. What are we thinking?
I think it's my 5th favorite arc in the story. If
In
I
general?
didn't
Not
include
just
side story,
season
if
3?
in general,
Okay.
yeah, in general.
I gotta think about in terms of favorites. I gotta think about it. It's definitely top 5. I don't know where in top 5 though.
It's also
I-
very difficult because I feel like all of us are like, we don't care if it's only 3 chapters. In My Delusions is like the best shit in the whole fucking story.
Yeah,
It's like,
Cinema.
goated. I think
But yeah,
early strong. I guess wait. A wrong aura part traders. He mentions a Garuda wings being their pride, so they do it because it's Garuda pride. It's amazing. It even has ran. Maybe it is a pride thing. I don't know, but my point is they have it out when they don't need to fly. So that means we choose to show this off purely for aesthetic reasons, for the drip. So I gotta give it to them. That's the aura farming clan. Cause did Calavinka do that?
she low key did it when she took that. She exaggerated the fuck out of her stance when she took that necklace off to transform. And Kubera, you remember the pose she ate when she did that?
Yes. I do
Like,
actually.
bitch, what?
her being
She did,
goofy and
she
silly.
did the same thing when she saved Lee's. Like she pulled in, wings out, and then Lee's looked turned to her, and she was just like, "Oh, these men!" and like fucking flipped her hair and shit.
Calavinka
love the
really
chickens, man.
grew on me though. She was one of those characters at first. I was like, I don't. It wasn't even like I was angry. Like I don't see it yet. I don't know. Like y'all got it with her. I'm like, damn, she's so vibrant. She brings such a good energy. She's so expressive.
fire, bro.
She's so expressive. Even when she takes off the necklace and has the goddamn other face on, she's still emoting like crazy. So like, yeah. Garuda is the aura farmer. I started with him. Hey, started with him. Kala grew up with Vishnu and humans, so she has less of that. That's fair.
Yeah, that's a good point.
That's crazy, yo. Just put some ice.
I
on
can't
my
wait
ass
for
because-
this is a minor thing. I can't wait for Kasak to see Calavinka again because they knew each other when they were kids.
So is Chess
gonna be
finna evolve or die? Like,
Man,
It'll be evolved. It'll be evolved. She
when,
referenced the fifth. She referenced the fifth stage again in the arc where she remember when Chess were like running with somebody on like his horn to attack something. I don't remember who it was. Was it Ranbao on Indra?
I think
that he was doing it with.
I think Rand.
Wait, what?
I think Rand versus
It was
Indra,
no. They were attacking Ananta. That's what it was. It was Chess and Ran attacking Ananta, and then the blog post Curry talked about if Chess had his fifth stage, he'd have wings and would be flying around and shit. I was like,
yeah.
All right, so make him develop. The fuck taking so long?
I've been saying that for a while. I need it. Turn that horse into a Pegasus already. That's crazy.
Fucking man. I don't respect him. He better go crazy when he transforms. He better take those Pegasus wings and blow a planet into another planet or something,
That's a fact.
bro. He better do something crazy.
Hey, he gonna see his girl Lenny in trouble for real this time, not off screen, and be like, "No, my Shayla," and then he's gonna transform.
Yeah. The chicken head is pretty okay. I just remembered how much of an aura farmer Yuta was when he developed in season 2. Oh, his cringy teenage era. He horny.
The scarf dick.
The scarf,
Never
exactly.
He put his dick around her neck.
Kasak was like, listen, anatomy of Sarah, listen to this. And she was like, get away from me, you freak.
Saw him and says, "I know what you are."
You 69 god over there? Like, stop that.
He said, "Mr. Kasak, I'm gonna kill you." That's the funniest.
She said didn't she like put like a hat on and like a jacket too? She's like, nah, don't
Yeah.
go down here.
Yep.
Don't look at my neck, nigga.
Nah, that's just crazy. All right, final words. I do
Go.
have to head out. Yes, go.
Yes, sir.
Yuta,
story raw.
Them Yuta parties is crazy.
That's
Hey,
crazy.
yo.
Stop. Don't do that to Jatayu, bro. The fake Jatayu.
He got baby oil.
That's crazy. But anyways, man, King is Next is great. I think it's top 6 for me. I gotta really think about it, but it's like at a 9.6, like 5 to like 10. Think about it. But yeah, man, great arc. Absolutely phenomenal. I still am a Weight of Time guy. That's my she. It's my Maruna out, real Maruna time. But yeah. So, anyways, brothers, back in someone's universe. I'm about to eat. Unless Veritra's dead. Where's Veritra?